The way you're talking, Lavinia, clearly shows that you took the opportunities with both hands, as we say in English, and got the very best out of what you wanted to do. We'll come back to you in a moment. Let's go to another one of our guests. I introduced him as one of our regular faces here on the debate. Radu Stoinescu, philosopher and member of Ripost Laïque. Literally that means secular riposte or reply, I suppose, or comeback. A secular think tank. We've interviewed you about religious issues before, Radu. This one obviously is a different subject matter, and clearly when you saw the pictures in our report, it must have brought back for you certain memories, I imagine, some happy, some sad.
Oh yes, I mean, yeah, I can't forgive Ceausescu's face. I think I won't ever forget it. I mean, I was 11 when it happened, and but I was really very implicated in, and very conscious at that time. And it, of course, it's indescribable. The feeling of those moments, I never retrieved that. I mean, it was like everything was possible during the first week after his fall and his wife's fall as well. I mean, it was an incredible feeling of freedom, of opening, like as if like the sky opened up and everything would become possible. But, I mean, 20 years after, I think the reality of those moments is really different from what the Romanians really experience. I mean, I wouldn't use the word revolution. I think the word coup is much more appropriate for what happened then, because what happened then is that some communists got rid of Ceausescu and by stirring up some kind of a popular revolt, but used all the hate people had against Ceausescu to install their rule, which lasted for another 15 or even 20 years, because they are still somehow in power. They are still controlling the secret services and a lot of parts of modern Romania, or post-communist Romania, if you want. But in the beginning, I think it was really a coup, and we are still reaping the fruits of what was sown at that moment.
Still reaping the fruits. Radu, thank you very much. We'll take a listen to your president, the president of Romania, recently re-elected, Traian, good pronunciation, Basescu. I've got a coach here who's teaching me how to pronounce things properly in Romanian. He spoke with our European Affairs editor, Christoph Robate, a few days ago. Let's take a listen to the thoughts then of President Traian Basescu.
The regime, the communist regime, was declared by myself based on this study as being illegitimate and criminal regime. Secondly, I opened the archives of former security service, of secret service of Ceausescu, and 2 million files were opened, and everybody knows now who was involved in supporting the security and who was under the observation of security. I consider were two extremely important elements.
It's obviously sometimes with the information like that, there's a great power, a great responsibility, and clearly that must open up different aspects to society. Adina Krishan here in the studio, in terms of the change, you said you were very young at the time of the coup, let's call it the coup. Did you notice great changes that happened to your life after that?
Well, to my part, I feel, as I said, I feel European and Romanian in the same time. So to my part, the most important thing is that Romania is part of the European Union, because in 2007, Romania joined again the European Union. It joined, in fact, the path was long, because Romania was at the European suburb, and now it's the European core. It's part of the club, of the European club, so that's very important. And I think that's the major change in my life. You know, when I remember when I was young and first time I came in France, I need a visa. and I need a visa. I came by car the first time, so I need a visa to come to France by Austria, a visa from Germany, and a visa from France. So I need 3 visas in order to spend a 2-week holiday in France. And now I'm living in France without visa. I'm working in France without visa. I had the opportunity to study in France and Belgium without visa. So that's freedom. And in the same time, my family in Romania, because my family is still living in Romania, so they enjoy economic growth, even though now the situation is rather difficult. The democratic acquis has consolidated, even though there are some weaknesses. But I think we should consider from a macro point of view, and also from the point of view of the region, because I consider that Romania is at a crossroads between the success story of the Central and Eastern European countries and the failures of the Balkans, in fact. So the situation in Romania now, it's a kind of, it's at the crossroads. And now it's at this, the mission of the new government. You've spoken about the new elected President Băsescu, the new re-elected President Băsescu. So his mission now is to create a vision for Romania in order for Romania to develop further in the next 20 years.
Okay, Adina, bear with us for a second. Let's bring back in Lavinia Stan from who's joining us by satellite from Montreal in Canada. Lavinia, Adina here in the studio is saying very much that being part of the European Union is the essential next step, the next developmental step for Romania in order to move things on. Do you feel that the right kind of moves have been made in terms of using membership of Europe to develop the country?
The European Union membership for Romania definitely is one of the most significant positive developments registered by the country during the last 20 years. But I would say I have an cautious optimism when it comes to this topic, because Romania did not fulfill its accession criteria. There were high hopes that the enthusiasm that the Romanian people showed to European Union integration will be mirrored by policies adopted by the political elite. And the political elite of Romania, I would say, by and large, failed the Romanian people. It lags behind the Romanian people when it comes to adopting European Union necessary conditions and policies to bring the country up to par with the other European Union member states. And I would say that much more needs to be done by the Romanian political elite to clean its up together, to cleanse its ranks from corrupt officials. And we have them in every political party we can think of. To adopt efficient policies that would make the Romanian state bureaucracy an efficient state bureaucracy. We don't see, or we've seen very little, a lot of talk, but very little action. So I'm quite, cautious optimism when it comes to Romania and the European Union.
Okay, Lavinia, thank you for that. We'll go now to a gentleman who can begin to answer some of those